Welcome to this week's episode of Fit for FIFO, where we'll be taking you for a tour around a FIFO camp so you can see what facilities some FIFO camps have to offer. If you missed Mike the Mechie from New Zealand or Brad the Plumber on his very first job in our last two episodes, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Though for now, let's go check out this FIFO camp. So what you see here is I'm exiting from the second floor of a construction FIFO camp. It's quite large, as you can see. I think there's about 2,000 men at its full capacity. Up here on the left, you'll see I'll pan around and you'll see a barbecue area, which is a common area where FIFO workers can relax in the afternoons, cook barbecues if the camp provides meat, which some camps do. It's always good for the team morale. Up on the right hand side here, and I enter into another laundry. You'll see there's also inside the laundry there's a breathalyzer, which is quite common for people who drink beer or alcohol in the evenings. They can check themselves the next day, make sure they're under the limit. Here's a ironing board, an iron, which is always generally offered at a camp, quite common. So yeah, as I was saying, this camp is like very large and for one of the biggest construction sites in Australia for a large project up north in Queensland, which is now complete. Here we got a bus stop, which is where people board in the mornings and hop off in the afternoons. It was only a 5-minute trip to the construction site. Different jobs vary. Some are generally it's nowhere longer than an hour. On the right hand side here you see a turnstile, which is scanned in and out, so the company can actually keep tabs on where you are. On the right up here you'll see golf nets, so you can bring golf clubs in to hit. Cricket nets, 25 metre lap pool just here. Now all these facilities aren't very common. As I said, this is one of only a few camps. There's a beach volleyball court that they had at this camp, tennis courts, a rebound soccer court here, and we've got more accommodation down this end of the site. As you can see, it's very large, and it's built to accommodate a lot of people. Now we're going to go through the gyms. Most camps do have a gym. Generally, it's only one or two for the larger camps, but because of this camp so large, there's actually 5, I believe, or there was 5 at its peak. There's a general weights room. You just have to excuse the film work. It's the settings that I had were quite average, so it gets a little bit dizzy. Here's a full-size full-size basketball court rather. Gym 2. Just the cardio. So generally you'll have the weights and the cardio all in the same room, but yeah, as I was saying, this is larger. Gym 3, another cardio room, I believe. There's also a women's gym attached for ladies only, which I think's great for girls that don't feel comfortable training in a room full of men, because as you can imagine, there's on some of these jobs 80 to 90% I suppose are men, so the gyms are full of guys training away. This is I think it's a boxing room / martial arts. As you can see, all the gyms are air conditioned as well, so they're always quite comfortable. These are construction camps as well. Here's the basketball court again. More common areas here on the right. I think that was actually a physio on site. Here's more accommodation on your right, and up here the most popular area in the camp was the wet mess, also known as the bar. This one was quite good. They had a big screen, so they used to play all the sport each weekend, and whenever it was on. You've got pool tables and also ping pong tables. These rooms are open 24 hours a day, or they were rather. I don't think that's so important. On the left here is a music room, which is also not something that you'd generally find in a camp. And finally, we have the dining hall, which you'll see in one of our next episodes. Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tour of a FIFO camp. If you want to check out some of our other tours, make sure you go to our YouTube channel. Next week we've got Darren, who at 35 years old decided to go back to school and start another trade. If you've got any comments, questions or feedback about this week's episode, please leave them in the comments box below. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll see you next week.
At 34 I did an apprenticeship as a get up at 5:30 and I'm normally in my room probably 9 o'clock. Yeah, that's what it's all about.